How are we all doing? Today I have decided to give you a little insight of a type of book that I collect different and many editions of. I don't know why I started doing this, but years ago I bought one copy and then I found different versions and different editions, and then it just kind of snowballed. As you can see, there is an empty shelf behind me, and that is because I have a whole shelf worth of the same book but in just multiple editions. So I just wanted to kind of go through them with you and show you. And also, if you could pop in the comments if you do this, if you have certain editions of the same book. Do you know why you do it? I just think that there's just so many pretty editions of this story and I just want them all. So yeah, here we are. So today's video is going to be me showing you my collection of Dracula books by Bram Stoker. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to move the top one off because the top one is Dracula related, but it's not actually written by Bram Stoker. So I'll get into that at the end of the video. But I'm just going to go straight in. I've got this Dracula edition, which is the vintage classics edition. This one is slightly not perfect condition. I would not buy this in a bookshop. I got it second hand, but I just like the simplicity of it. I like the little blood drops and just the white kind of cover and then the red spine. So I had to get it to add to my collection. I feel like this was one of the last ones of this that I've bought. Now, I've not bought a version of this for a little while, but I am always on the lookout. But this was one of the ones just for its simplicity. Just get straight to the point, and I love that. Then this next one is also secondhand. Quite a few of them are actually secondhand that I've bought. This one is teeny tiny, and it has gold pages. It's so small. Compared to like a normal book, it's very, very small. I got this in the Oxfam charity shop in the city centre, along with this one as well, actually. But I just couldn't pass it up. Those gold pages just kind of did it for me. And it's kind of like the smallest writing in the world. And I've just noticed there's actually a ribbon bookmark. I must have owned this book for, I don't know, about 5 years. Didn't even notice there was a ribbon bookmark. Strange. The naked hardcover. Why have I never ever opened this? It's got a little boat on it. You probably can't see it. Little boat. Beautiful gold foiling. Love it. I really need to pay more attention to my books, I feel. Because apparently I don't. But yeah, I saw this edition and literally couldn't pass it up. I'm not sure. It says that it's the Collector's Library edition. So I'd never ever seen a version of Dracula like this one until I've seen this one. I don't think I've ever seen an edition of any other classic like this either. So I am on the lookout for a Frankenstein version of this because I also collect copies of Frankenstein too. So if I find a Frankenstein version of this, I will definitely be purchasing it. But I just love the gold pages. They're just so in your face. So that's 2 down. So we're at 2 copies of Dracula. Same words in the book, just different on the outside. So this was also from the Oxfam in the city centre. There is a sticker mark on it that I cannot get off without scratching the leather, so I've just had to kind of leave it there. Yes, it makes me sad. Yes, it irritates me, but here we are. So this is like a leathery bound kind of copy with really beautiful end papers. And this is actually the version of it I have read. I have got this way through Dracula. Do you know that's even the funniest thing? I've never even read all of Dracula, which is hilarious considering I've collected so many versions. I've only got to page 170 of Dracula. I really struggle with classics. I love the story of Dracula. I know the story of Dracula. I've just not physically read all of Dracula. But yeah, so this is the copy that I'm reading. I'm going to be restarting this year. and I am going to finish it. I'm going to persevere and I'm going to get to the end of it. But this is just a really beautiful, beautiful edition, and I really like the writing on the back as well. And then you've just got the red for Dracula. So that's edition number 3. Edition number 4 is probably my favourite one. Is it my favourite one? It's one of 2 of my favorites. So I got this one in Waterstones years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it's just kind of this leather bound, beautiful black pages, beautiful end papers. Just, it's a thing of beauty. This is one of my favorite books I think I own. Just standard edition amazingness. So it has a ribbon. You always kind of know the quality of a book if it has a ribbon. You know it's a well-made book. This book is so well made. I think this book cost me about £25, which is 100% worth every penny because it is magnificent. But yeah, this is one of my 2 favorites. So obviously when I saw this one, I had to get it. I think this was like the 2nd or 3rd copy of Dracula that I bought. So number 4. Then I've got Dracula here. This was from a secondhand shop as well, and this is the annotated classic. So I basically bought Dracula but annotated because why not? And it has the smallest writing in the world and then little annotations at the side, but couldn't pass up on it. Had to add it to the collection, and it's a nice cover as well. Really like the cover. So there we are. That's number 5. Oh, I forgot about this one. Okay, maybe I've got 3 top favorites. I have got this beautiful blue, black and white edition, and it's like metallic, and it's so pretty. This is the penguin version. Look at these end papers. I love them. I always get put off by Dracula because every version of Dracula I own is all different sizes. So you've got like a really chunky one, and then you've got the likes of this one that's kind of chunky but not really. How can the same book be this big? How? So yeah, this one I got last year because I saw it on the Waterstones website and just thought, well, I have to get that because I don't have that edition. So picked it up. Love it. So what number are we on now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've shown you 6. This one also bought last year. Didn't even know it was a thing. Didn't even know it existed until I believe it was Shell that spoke about the season editions, and it wasn't out yet, so I had to pre-order it from Amazon. It is the most beautiful looking edition I think I've got, and it's in like plastic coating, like a library book. This is all kind of like cut out, and my god, there's even a bit on the front that says this book belongs to you. I'm obviously not writing in it, but like the pages are red, and then you've got the red writing at the top of the pages. Just a thing of absolute beauty. I think this one cost me a fair bit of money as well. How much was it? I'm sure it was about £30 when I bought it. I think you can still get these, but I do know that they do limited runs of the season collections, so if you can get a hold of it, I strongly recommend picking one up. But yes, it's so shiny I can't really show you properly, but it is honestly one of my favorites. So there we are. So that's what, 7 now? So that's 7 of just Dracula on its own. And then Shell was speaking to me saying that if I really struggled reading Dracula, which I do, but I know I love the story, I just can't get my eyes to read the words, she said I should try Dracula. So I picked this up second hand, and this one's by Draker Stoker. And this is, if I remember correctly, the grandson of Bram Stoker who wrote Dracula. And she said that it's a lot easier reading and gives you like a good start to get into Dracula. So I picked it up, of course. It is a little bit battered. The corners and everything are a little bit sad. But I think I picked it up for like £2 or £3 on Amazon in like the used section because I couldn't get it new. So we're not complaining about that. It's a really beautiful book as well. Beautiful end pages. I like the little peephole and how there's a little man there. But yeah, so I have to read this before I read Dracula so that I can get into it properly. Well, that's the plan anyway. But yes, this is a bit of a different video.
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, Alexa, I got a scare there. I thought there was someone in my house. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is a little bit different than videos that I usually do, but I just wanted to show you a little bit more of what my interests and things were and things that I collect, because as a reader, I do buy a lot of books and I do collect a lot of books. Not as in I don't read them, as in I just love collecting different editions. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please put a thumbs up, because yes. And if you pop down in the comments if there's a certain story that you collect different versions of, I would love to know. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. See you next time. Bye.